Hello and welcome to Inside UKFC, the podcast. This is episode 10 and I am joined today firstly by promoter owner Steve Nightingale, and today we've got our first and probably our biggest podcast to date, haven't we, Mitch?
Yes, we're excited about this one. Hopefully we can get it to work all right. It's the first time we brought so many guests on all at once, so I'll hand it back over to you. I'll let you introduce them and bring them on board.
So today we're bringing on the 4 participants in our welterweight tournament. So I'm excited to bring these guys in. So I'll probably bring the first matchup from the tournament in, and we'll bring in Reuben Beresford and Hassan.
Yep.
Welcome.
Well, what's going on? What's good?
Hi guys, you alright?
Yeah.
So we'll start with you, Reuben.
Training's been going well. It's like any other camp, you're just going in, putting in the hard work. So preparation has been going well. It's been going good. So yeah, that's looking forward to going in there and putting on the show for the UKFC fans.
Hassan, how's your training been going, mate?
Usual, it's just hard work. That's it. Easy as you like.
Were you happy with the initial draw, Reuben? Were you not bothered who you were coming up against? What were your thoughts on the initial semi-final?
I'm not really too bothered. I mean, he's fought a lot of good guys. He's got a lot of experience, and like me, I'm always game for a tough fight. He brings the fight, I bring the fight too. So we're going to be one of these good fights. I think the one to watch, one of the fights to watch on this card. So I'm looking forward to it. I think it's a good matchup.
Nice. Hassan?
Yeah, to be honest, same. Like the one I didn't want to fight, and the only reason is because I fought him already, is Nathan. So I'm here to cash in experience. So Reuben and Malichi were the ones I was really after. I've sparred with Reuben, so I was actually after Malichi the most. But I've had plenty of rounds with me and Reuben. I'm cool with him anyway. I respect his skill. It'll be a pretty quality fight, to be fair. And he's a powerhouse and all, so he'll make a good one. But like I said, I'm happy with that. The one that I would have been least happy with, as surprising it is to people, because the rematch is Nathan, just because I've already been there, and that's a waste of an experience for me.
Yeah, because I wasn't sure if you'd want the rematch or you were looking to avoid the rematch. I weren't really sure on your thoughts on that situation with him. I think I did speak about it on the first podcast, talking about that. So yeah, it's good to get your mindset on the matchup. But, nice. Is there anything you've changed about training, Reuben, knowing it's going to be a tournament on the night?
Really, it's just to think about. I think it's just putting in the extra work in terms of conditioning and cardio, just making sure that you're willing to go for the 2 fights, because obviously it's a different format. It's not you're having one fight and then that's it. You've got one fight and rest. So you're just making sure the conditioning is there, and you've got it in the tank ready to go for the fight, really. So that's just the main thing, to be honest.
Okay.
All the same. I mean, at the moment I'm in for a gym slag, innit? I'm in Blackburn, I'm in Preston, I'm in Liverpool. I'm getting work all over the gaff. So everything's all the same for me. I'm just getting extra sessions in, just making sure I'm conditioned. Really, 3 rounds is nice and easy amateur, especially for a title and a belt. Fucking hell, it's right up my alley.
Yeah. Who will be who's leading your camp? Is that being you or?
All over, Steve in here, Steve, Rob Freeman. I've obviously getting good honest work down at Aspire with Dean Garnett and Phil. It's kind of a good mix between. I know exactly what I want from each gym, and I'm getting exactly what I want from each gym. And then the rest outside of the gyms is all up to me, my conditioning and stuff. Got a good S&C coach, got a good plan behind me. Everything's piecing together now. 4 weeks left, coming up to peaking soon as well. Can't get any better than this.
Yeah. Okay. Well, before I bring the other guys in, Reuben, is there anyone you expect to get to the final from the other category? Is there anyone you prefer maybe to come up against in the final if you manage to get past Hassan?
I think it's with the matchups, they're very difficult. It's a lot of like high level guys going in the matchups. So to be honest, it's a tough one, really. I mean, Nathan and Malichi, that's a good fight. I'm interested to see in that, but it could be anyone. I mean, I'm excited to see that fight, to see like how Malichi's striking versus Nathan's grappling, how that one goes. So, to be honest, I'm just prepared for anyone, really. I mean, as long as it's a hard fight and it's a tough guy, I'm not really bothered, or I'm there for tough fights. So whoever the toughest man and the best man on the night between those two guys is, I'll be happy to fight them.
Yeah, awesome. What about you, Hassan?
Nathan's getting so far. I said it on my story. I don't feel like that matchup there, like the grappling striking. Grappling is far superior in MMA these days. Way better than the striking aspect. I think Nathan takes that first or second round, and I like to see him in the final. Then, to be honest, I actually want Malichi to win to benefit me for the experience, but I think stylistically Nathan takes this one.
That's interesting. Nice. Have you got any questions from Steve?
No. The questions you just asked them, the one I was most interested in is just asking how people were expecting to prepare, or if they prepared differently because of the format of how it goes in. I mean, we've talked about it for weeks, haven't we? How excited we are to see how people approach this, or how the different like game plans people bring, because of the format of maybe having to fight and over 2 rounds in the first one, and then having to come back, reassess, like get ready, warmed up again, and go out again. So you kind of covered them questions already. I'm just excited to get these guys on. We're obviously excited about having four of the best guys. I think we've got 4 of the best guys that we could have for this tournament. All game, all will fight anyone mentality. So I'm just excited. You covered my questions.
Awesome. So I'll now introduce the other 2 competitors. I think we might have lost one due to a connection problem, but he is trying to get back in. He has just messaged me now. So we'll bring in Nathan Lambert and Malichi, and we'll give Reuben and Hassan a little break before we bring them back in the future.
We'll bring them back in a minute, huh?
Yeah.
Yes, Nathan, you alright?
How we doing? You all right?
Not so bad.
Yeah, how are you, mate?
Good. Feeling good, man.
How's training been going for this camp? Obviously, you've just won a title as well not long ago. So you're carrying on with the momentum. Have you had to switch things up with training? Are you tailored off a little bit?
Yeah, so just trying to stay active at the minute. Trying to make sure I stay sharp, make sure I don't get any ring rust, make sure that I'm good to go. And just trying to keep sharp, because I know I've not done a 4-man tournament before, so I feel like I've got to make sure that I'm putting in the extra cardio, make sure I'm ready for it.
Yeah.
Because it's going to be tough fights. Yeah. I can't wait for it.
Have you changed anything up with your training with it being a tournament?
So I've applied. I just made sure that I'm on top of my cardio, make sure that my gas tank's ready to go, and I've also been training at Hammer Gym in St Helens, just trying to get some sparring in with some good guys over there. So been training with like Bobby Pallett and stuff, just trying to get some good experience in, really.
Yeah, so you've been adding to your training, which is good. Here's Malichi. Welcome, mate. We've been waiting for you.
Yeah, sorry about that, man.
No worries. So I'll ask you the same question I asked Nathan. Just really about how's your training been going up to the tournament?
Training's going good, man. Same as usual, to be honest. Everything's going good, man.
Similar to Nathan, I think you both fought on the same night. You both got the wins. Have you had to tailor down anything with your training since? or you stepped it up? Like how have you reacted to winning the fight?
Same as
Yeah.
usual, man.
Yeah,
What I'm doing is working, innit?
nice.
So just sticking to it.
Nathan, back to you. How were you happy with the draw? Was there anyone you were expecting or preferring to fight, or were you happy with how the draw ended up?
No, I was quite happy with it, to be fair, because I hadn't fought Malichi before, and I saw him fighting, and I thought that'd be a good matchup to have. I thought, he's got some good striking, and I thought, my style against his would be good. And like Hassan said
Awesome.
before, we've already fought. So, if I fought Malichi or Reuben, it's all experience at amateur level. I want to fight whoever.
What about you, Malachi? How were you with the draw? Was there anyone you wanted to fight first, or anyone you preferred coming up against?
Same thing, to be honest. Like, we're all gonna fight each other either way. To be honest, I actually did want to fight Reuben Beresford, but not on like a negative vibe. It's just I'm a proper fan of his style, man. It's power hands, man. It would have been a good matchup. Yeah, I think the first fight's a really good fight, man. Good grappler, test my grappling. Good classic striker versus grappler matchup in it, so it'll be an interesting fight, man. Nathan's tough as well, man. I watch his stuff, man.
Yeah.
His
We
grappling is
asked the
mint,
same
man.
question. We
Awesome.
asked the same question to the other two guys. How do you see the other two? How do you see the other fight going? Nathan first.
To be fair, I've watched both of them fighting styles, and I can see that Ruben's got some good striking on him, and he looks quite dangerous, man. So yeah, I know I got to
Yeah.
respect that. Hassan, he's shown me that he's pretty well rounded. To be fair, his striking is good. He's got some heavy hands. I mean, he's busting my eye up in the fight. So I know he's good, but I don't know who's going to take it. To be fair, I'll probably.
And
You sitting on the fence, or are you gonna give us someone?
I'm pretty on the fence. To be fair, I'll lean
Don't
on.
sit on the fence. Don't sit on the fence. Give it a fucking answer. Give it a fucking answer, man. Fuck.
I'll give it Hassan because I think with the well-roundedness, he's got more tools to use. But you never know.
Yeah, is there anyone you prefer to fight as well, Malachi, or is there anyone you think is going to win the semi-final and be coming up against you in the final?
To be honest, obviously they're all good matchups in it, but I do think Beresford takes that fight. It's a good fight, but I don't know. It could go either way in it. It's fighting, it's MMA, game of inches.
Awesome. Yeah. Now, if we can bring all four in, please.
Yes, boys.
Nice guy. So, with your answers and everything, I'm like not surprised. You all respect each other's ability. You all know you've got tough matchups ahead of you, and you've all got good mindsets in the approach to the tournaments, wanting to test yourself against the best and compete against the best. Because that's what I think with this welterweight tournament was one of the most exciting things. Is like we've had all you on before, and you're all hard to match. And like there's no better matches for you out there than the other three in the tournament.
100%.
So it's like it's good listening to you all think that as well, and think the same as me and Steve with matching the tournament up. Like obviously when we sat down and he wanted to do the tournaments, you guys were the first four names on the list.
Yeah, and we managed to nail it down.
We managed to get all four of you in, and obviously big respect to Malachi as well, being the champ. He didn't have to jump in the tournament. He could have had one fight and defend his belt on the night, but he wanted to again test himself in the tournament and put himself in that situation.
Yeah.
Have you got any more questions, Steve, for the guys?
No, I have no questions, mate. You've covered the questions. Listen, I just want to say thank you to you all for obviously all stepping up and all taking that chance. Look, the best thing you can do in your career is take them chances in it, especially at an amateur level. And I'm just glad you've obviously like put your trust in us to be the platform for you to all go out there and display your skill set on. So I'm just excited to get this tournament get to that date now and get it going.
So we'll start with you, Reuben. Is there anything you want to end with? Is there anyone you want to thank or anything in the build-up?
Just thanks UKFC for giving us the platform. Obviously picking 3 tough competitors, or good fighters, or dangerous in their own right. So look forward to the show. Look forward to fighting Hassan. Like I said, respect him. Respect each other, recruit each other. So we're gonna go scrap it out, man, and see who the better man is. So look forward to it.
Awesome. Hassan?
You know I can't fucking wait. I've been saying it on my story as well. I go, how come I only have to fight 2 of them and not 3 of them? Give me all 3. Come on. It's the fight, man. Why not? You never know, innit?
We'll see if we don't run out of time.
Give us 1 round. I've still got a fight there.
We
One
could
5-minute
do
round. That's
we
it.
could do
Belt
one
it out.
15-minute round and put all 4 of you in there together. That'd be exciting.
You jump in as the ref, so you can be the 5th man.
I'm not getting it where you lot. You're all too big for me.
Nathan, have you got anything? Anyone you want to thank or anything? I think his internet connection's not the best. We'll go to you, Malichi.
Tune in, man. It's gonna be a good fight. Good fights. The whole card's pretty stacked, to be honest. So
Yeah, we've got some sick fights on.
Yeah, but
You got to pay the man some money. Look at that. He's stacking up the whole card. The whole card's good, boys. Yeah, I want my extra paycheck. Where's my extra commission on these tickets?
Hey, Hassan, you're gonna have to pay in once you finish fighting. You got to pay in if you want to stay and watch.
but like I said, boys, I appreciate you all taking part in the tournament and like respect all your attitudes going in, because I think it's something that can be missing sometimes from the amateur game. People not wanting the tough fights and to take on the best competitors. And like I said, for me, being a matchmaker for UKFC, I want to bring all the best amateurs through so they have the best chance at making money in the future and being pros and going on to big things. And I think to do that, you need to have the toughest test at amateur. So I appreciate all you guys taking part and wanting these tough fights. Nathan, can you hear us now?
Yeah, sorry, I lost you, boys.
So, have you got anything you want to say? Anyone you want to thank before we let you go?
Yeah, I want to thank the show for giving us boys a chance, because, you know, UKFC, very good venue, probably one of the best in the UK right now for the amateur scene. You know, I know that I'm fighting the best around at the minute, so there's no better way to prove myself.
Awesome, mate.
Yeah, so I can't wait.
Yeah, we're the
awesome.
same.
Yeah, thank you, guys. We'll let you go. Enjoy your night. Wish you all your best with the rest of your training, and we'll look forward to seeing you on September 17th. So there are 4 guys for our welterweight tournament. Obviously, I've mentioned it in the podcast. I think they have great attitudes up to the tournament. And what do you think about their answers and their approach, Steve, and their mindsets?
I think they were all as expected, really. They all sound like professionals, don't they? The way they approach the training, the way they talk as well. You can tell in the mindset and how they're talking about their opponents. They've all got massive respect for each other, and so they should. They're probably the only 4 the only 4 about in the north of England that are at their level. You know what I mean? When we're looking, we're having to look far. If we've had to go to Isle of Wight to get somebody in for the standing fight, so that's how far afield we've had to go to get somebody who's on a very similar level to these guys. You know, to be in the replacement fight if anything goes wrong on the night or on the lead up. So, and it's just the way they speak about each other. You know, you can tell they're all like at the highest level of amateur, and I feel like anyone who wins this could probably turn professional and do well. You know what I mean? And be ready to do well at a professional level. Yeah,
no, I completely agree with you, and we said that from the start. So yeah, I'm made up. So on the graphic now, we were going to be showing you what the guys are going to be fighting for, and our special 20th anniversary UKFC belt. as you can see here.
She's a beauty.
Yes, you calling it a she or he? She.
It's a she.
Yeah, it's a she. Yeah.
No,
We'll
we
take
promised
that.
you. We promised you on the last podcast that we were going to show you the graphic. Obviously, the graphic's here for you to see this time. Everyone has been pecking at me for weeks and weeks now to obviously show us what the belt would look like. We only did like a mock-up and a drawing of it, really, so we didn't even know what it was going to fully look like ourselves. It was only like a few days ago we got the actual pictures through from the guy who's made the belts, and as you can see, she's an absolute beauty. People are going to be fighting. Obviously, we've got 4 tournaments on the night, and they've got something beautiful to fight over.
Yeah, awesome. But no, I appreciate the guys coming on. I'm looking forward to getting our next one done with more 4 competitors, and we're looking forward to moving forward. Also, we will give congratulations to our ambassador Dakota for a 48-second victory on PFL.
58 seconds. 58 seconds. Don't be shaving any off it. She needed some cage time.
Showing the world how good she is and progressing forward. So hopefully we'll get her back on the podcast soon. And,
hopefully get her back on next week. She's an animal, isn't she?
Well. Yeah, and
striking were just levels above that girl. I see when the girl chucked a combination, she just dipped back, boom, kicked her in the neck.
Yeah. And nothing unexpected from the people that know her. She's just going to keep killing more people and progressing forward. But that's episode 10 of the UKFC podcast. Thanks for listening. Remember, like, share, and subscribe to the podcast. Keep up to date with all the UKFC news. Thank you for listening.
See you later.